What if I told you that less than 1% of people in a get-rich-quick scheme actually make money? That's not a typo. Less than 1%. The rest? They lose. Sometimes everything. And the people running the scheme? They're the ones getting rich. Off you. In the next few minutes, you'll learn how these scams work, why they're so tempting, and exactly how to spot them before they cost you a dime. You're young, you're broke, and you're tired of hearing that you should just save your money and wait 40 years. That advice feels useless when rent is due and your friends are posting luxury vacations. So when an ad pops up promising you can make $5,000 a month from your phone, it's hard to scroll past. That's exactly what the scammers are counting on. They know you're desperate for a shortcut, and they're happy to sell you one. Here's the thing though, get-rich-quick schemes aren't just a waste of money, they're illegal. They're designed to take your cash and leave you with nothing. But once you understand the playbook, you'll never fall for it again. And more importantly, you'll learn the only real path to wealth. It's not flashy, it's not fast, but it works. And it's been working for centuries. So let's pull back the curtain and see exactly how these schemes operate and how you can protect yourself from them. Let's start with the basics. A get-rich-quick scheme is a fraudulent business opportunity. It promises high earnings with minimal effort, and it uses deceptive marketing to make that promise look real. Think about it like this. You're playing a video game, and someone offers you a cheat code that instantly levels you up to max. No grinding, no quests, just instant success. Sounds amazing, right? But in the real world, that cheat code is a scam. The only person leveling up is the scammer. These schemes come in many forms. Infomercials, online ads, social media posts. They all share the same pattern. They promise fast money, they pressure you to act now, and they ask for money up front. The Federal Trade Commission, or FTC, has taken countless enforcement actions against these schemes, and the vast majority of participants lose money. Not some, the vast majority. So when you see that ad promising easy cash, remember, it's not a cheat code, it's a trap. The FTC says these schemes are fraudulent and often illegal, and the people who run them don't care about you. They care about your wallet. They know that if they can get you to believe in the dream, you'll hand over your hard-earned cash. And once you do, they're gone. So the first step to protecting yourself is understanding what you're dealing with. A get-rich-quick scheme is not a business opportunity, it's a theft, and the sooner you see it for what it is, the safer your money will be. One of the most common get-rich-quick schemes is the pyramid scheme, and it's often disguised as a legitimate business. You've probably heard of multi-level marketing, or MLM. Some MLMs are real, but some are just pyramid schemes wearing a suit. Here's the difference. In a legitimate MLM, you earn money by selling products to actual customers. In a pyramid scheme, you earn money by recruiting new people. The product is just a prop. The FTC is clear. If an MLM pays you based on your sales to retail customers, it's not a pyramid. But if it pays you for recruiting, it's illegal. Think of it like a snowball rolling downhill. In a pyramid scheme, the snowball grows by picking up more snow, but the snow at the bottom gets crushed. The people at the top make money, the people at the bottom lose, and since most people join at the bottom, almost everyone loses. So if someone pitches you a business opportunity, ask one question. Do I get paid for selling products or for bringing in new people? The answer will tell you everything. And don't be fooled by the fact that they sell actual products. Pyramid schemes can sell real stuff, but the money doesn't come from those sales. It comes from the endless chain of new recruits. Each new person pays to join, and that money flows up to the people above them. Eventually the chain breaks, and when it does, the people at the bottom are left holding the bag. So remember, if the business model depends on recruiting more people than selling products, it's a pyramid, and pyramids are illegal. Another classic red flag is the promise of high guaranteed returns. The SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, has a simple rule. If someone promises high guaranteed returns, ignore it. Why? Because real investing involves risk. There's no such thing as a safe investment that doubles your money in a month. It's like planting a tree. You don't plant a seed today and expect a full-grown oak tomorrow. It takes years of sunlight, water, and patience. The same goes for building wealth. Any scheme that promises instant growth is lying to you. And the lie is dangerous. Because when you're desperate, you want to believe it. You want that tree to grow overnight, but it won't. And the scammer knows that. They're counting on your hope to cloud your judgment. So the next time someone offers you a guaranteed return, remember, the only guarantee is that they'll take your money. The SEC's advice is clear. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And when it comes to investments, there's no such thing as a sure thing. The stock market goes up and down. Real estate fluctuates. Even the safest investments carry some risk. So when someone promises you a fixed, high return with no risk, they're not an investment advisor. They're a con artist. And the sooner you walk away, the better off you'll be. Get-rich-quick schemes are masters of hidden costs. They lure you in with a small fee, then hit you with upsells and continuity programs. An upsell is when they try to sell you something more expensive after you've already said yes. A continuity program is a subscription that charges you regularly, often monthly, without clear disclosure. It's like getting a free sample at the grocery store. You taste it, you like it, and then you find out it costs $50 a month. But by then, you're hooked. These schemes are experts at making you pay over and over. They know that once you've invested money, you're more likely to invest more. They call it the sunk cost fallacy. And it works. You think, I've already spent $200, what's another $50? And before you know it, you've spent thousands. And what did you get? Nothing. The FTC has seen this pattern countless times. The solution is simple. If a business asks for money up front, be suspicious. And if they try to sell you more before you've even made your first dollar, walk away. Remember, a legitimate business makes money by selling products or services to customers. A scam makes money by selling the dream to you. And once you're in, they'll keep finding ways to squeeze more cash out of you. So keep your wallet closed. And if something feels off, trust your gut. It's usually right. Scammers love testimonials. They show you smiling people who claim they made a fortune. But here's the secret. Those testimonials are often fake, or paid actors, or outright lies. The FTC has caught many schemes using fabricated endorsements, and even when the testimonials are real, they're from the rare exception. Remember that less than 1% figure. That means for every success story, there are 99 people who lost money, but you never hear from them. And then there's the refund promise. Scammers often advertise risk-free or money-back guarantee, but when you try to get a refund, it's nearly impossible. They make you jump through hoops. They ignore your calls. They hope you'll give up. In one case, the FTC sued a scheme called Mobile Money Code. The company promised easy money through mobile apps, but consumers got refunds that averaged just $53. That's not a refund, that's a slap in the face. So when you see a testimonial, ask yourself, is this person real? And when you see a refund policy, ask yourself, will they actually honor it? The answer is usually no. And that's why these schemes are so profitable for the scammers. They know that most people won't fight for their money back, and the few who do will get pennies on the dollar. So don't be fooled by the smiling faces and the money-back promises. They're just part of the act. Let me tell you a story about a real scam. In the early 2000s, a man named John Beck ran infomercials promising people they could get rich buying government foreclosures. His program was called John Beck's Free and Clear Real Estate System. The infomercials were everywhere. They showed people living in mansions, driving luxury cars, all because they bought properties for pennies on the dollar. The pitch was irresistible. You could buy a house for $10,000, sell it for $50,000, and pocket the difference. No experience needed. Just pay a few $100s for the course. Thousands of people signed up. They paid their money, received their DVDs and workbooks, and waited for the riches to roll in. But the riches never came. In fact, the FTC sued John Beck for deceptive practices. They alleged that his system didn't work as advertised. The FTC said his claims were false and that consumers were misled. The total amount involved? Over $300 million. Let that sink in. $300 million. That's how much money people lost to this one scheme. And John Beck? He didn't get rich from real estate. He got rich from selling the dream. The FTC's complaint alleged that he made millions from his infomercials and course sales, while his customers were left with nothing but DVDs and broken promises. The scheme was so big that it became a cautionary tale for anyone tempted by the promise of easy money. And it's a reminder that even the most convincing infomercials can be complete lies. So when you see a late-night ad promising to make you rich, remember John Beck, remember the $300 million, and remember that the only person getting rich is the one selling the dream. Now let me tell you a different story. A story about two people named Alex and Jordan. They're both 25. They both have the same job and the same salary. They both want to be millionaires, but they take different paths. Alex sees an ad for a get-rich-quick scheme. It promises to double his money in 6 months. He's skeptical, but the testimonials look convincing. He invests $5,000. The scheme collapses, and he loses everything. Jordan, on the other hand, decides to invest in a low-cost index fund. Nothing flashy, just a simple, diversified investment. He puts in $200 a month. At first it feels slow. After a year, he's only saved $2,400. But he keeps going. Year after year, he adds more. By the time he's 35, he has a solid nest egg. By the time he's 50, he's a millionaire. Not because he got lucky, but because he was consistent. The math is simple. $200 a month, invested for 30 years, with a reasonable return, can grow to over $1 million. But it takes time, and that's the secret that get-rich-quick schemes don't want you to know. Real wealth is built slowly. It's built with patience and discipline. Alex wanted a shortcut and ended up broke. Jordan took the slow road and ended up rich. The difference wasn't intelligence or luck. It was the choice to ignore the hype and stick to the fundamentals. Jordan didn't get rich overnight. He got rich by making small, consistent contributions over decades. And that's a lesson that applies to everyone. You don't need a get-rich-quick scheme to build wealth. You just need time, patience, and a solid plan. So which path will you choose? The fast road that leads to a dead end, or the slow road that leads to financial freedom? So here's what you need to remember. Get-rich-quick schemes are everywhere. They're designed to separate you from your money. But now you know the signs. You know that if it sounds too good to be true, it is. You know that pyramid schemes pay for recruitment, not sales. You know that high guaranteed returns are a red flag. And you know that real wealth comes from consistent, long-term investing. It's not exciting, it's not fast, but it works. So the next time you see an ad promising easy money, you'll smile, scroll past, and keep building your future the right way. If this video helped you see through the hype, hit that subscribe button. It helps more than you know. And drop a comment below. What's one money habit you're starting this week? Maybe it's saving $50 from your paycheck. Maybe it's learning about index funds. Whatever it is, I want to hear it. Let's build wealth the smart way, together. Thanks for watching.